Hello and welcome to On The Bench TV. How are ye all this evening? Tom Connolly with the first comment that's popped up to me anyway. Tom, how are you this evening, buddy? Evening, Gaza. Good evening, my friend. Guys, I'm going to say it straight away at the beginning of this one. Man United are out of the Champions League. What are you saying? Oh, who's overconfident now, eh? Oh dear, oh dear. What are you lot on about? You can tell by the title of the video, guys. Champions League talk. You know, I was going to title it Man United out, Sevilla through, whatever. I didn't know what to title it, but, you know, I just thought Champions League talk would be appropriate. I think we all know what we're going to talk about in this one, don't we, guys? Simple as that. Thomas says United. Ha, 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 ha. What's up, bud? You alright, Adam, mate? How are you this evening, buddy? Jay, ha ha, Man U. I don't even have to say it, guys. I could literally have just sat here dead quiet at the beginning, and you lot would have just run this stream for me, basically, wouldn't you, Brad Stick? Hello, Brad Stick. How are you this evening, buddy? Paul, hello, Dazza. You alright, Paul? How are you today, mate? Hopefully you're well, Paul. Tim, United are S-H-I-T. Lol. Yes, Tim. Indeed. Like I say, who's overconfident now? They were so cocky and confident going into it, you know. And they couldn't get through, could they? Simple as that, guys. So I'm very happy this evening. Big grin on my face. And yeah, it is at United's expense. You know, I was thinking to myself, if they go through in this one, so be it. You know, we draw them. We get our revenge for that game, obviously, that we want to forget about. But, you know, that's enough revenge for me. Liverpool through, Man United aren't. So we can just laugh about that, can't we, guys? Everything great after watching them getting hammered, says Tom. I didn't even watch a game, but I was well aware of the scoreline. But I've been working on a couple of bits tonight, so I couldn't watch a game live or whatever. But it's so funny towards the end when I saw... when I saw the score going, I was like, oh no, come on, here we go. When Lukaku scored, I was like, don't do it. You know what I mean? Oh, so funny, guys. Hey, Daz, getting the scummer gone. Yes, you're right, Michael. How are you this evening, my friend? United out. If I forgot about that, yeah, let's not forget about it. Yeah, Gab, you're right, Gab. Long time no see. How are you, my friend? I am very happy, guys. Yeah, same. Very happy indeed. Hope you're well, Gab, mate. Hope you're well, buddy. Where was we? Gaza says, will you be streaming while the draw is on Friday, 11 AM? I may be, Gaza, mate. I may be. It depends if I can get some work done, because I've got something that I've now got to do in the afternoon as well. So I've got to try and bang my work out as quick as possible, if you know what I mean, in the morning. It'd be nice if I could set up a stream, Gaza, while it's on, if you know what I mean. My plan is to try and do that, but I can't promise anything, if you know what I mean. But you know me, Gaza, I will try, buddy. Gab Ben Yedder, my love in FIFA, my love in life. Yeah. Ben Yedder is a beast, and let's face it. I like him on FIFA as well. Well, I did. I haven't played FIFA in a long time now. I bought this year's FIFA, was playing it at the beginning, and then I haven't played it since the beginning when it first came out. I should just sell it, really. You know, it's just collecting dust. Actually, that's even if I didn't I think I might have even downloaded it on the console, so I can't even sell it. So, anyway, Tim says we might play Sevilla and they might beat us. It's very true, Tim. I don't like playing Seville, and it is one of them things that I'm now thinking, oh God, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who I would have preferred to play out of the two. To be honest, if we had to pick one of them who I would prefer to play, I think we would probably have had a better chance of beating Man United. Possibly. No, I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't matter either way. They're out. So if we do get brought up against them, we're more than capable. Look, let's face it. You know, Liverpool could beat Seville. I think we're more than capable of beating Seville now. We scored 3 goals against them in the first half. The only reason we conceded 3 goals back in the second half was because Liverpool were just absolutely shocking at defending at that point in time. We are better defensively now, aren't we? So let's hope that if we do draw them, that we are a better side now than when we last played against them, if that makes sense, Tim. But they are a tough team. They are a tough team. So it would still be a task, wouldn't it, even if we did come up against them. But it's nice to have a laugh at Man United, isn't it, for this one, guys? Just because they've been ripping us. Since that last game, they've been ripping all of us Liverpool fans, haven't they? Laughing at us, taking the mick. And then over all this Jamie Carragher stuff, they've been laughing at us, calling us all the names under the sun again. So with this result now tonight, it's bittersweet. It's just bittersweet, isn't it, guys? Richard, you alright, Richard, mate? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hilarious. Hope get Sevilla next round so we can finally have our revenge on them for the Europa League final. Oh, so you want to get Sevilla? See, I think I would probably rather play Roma in the next one. I'm not going to lie, guys. But that's something you guys can all put in there. Because I was going to ask you, obviously, it's a Champions League. We're talking about Champions League in this one. Who would you lot want to draw in the next round? So, obviously, we know Seville's through now. But who would your team of choice be? I'm going to say Roma, guys. So, let me know. Let me know who you lot would want to draw. Some of you guys are going to go with the big boys for the next one. I know you will. But for me, I think I'd like to maybe come up against Roma, put them a bed, hopefully. But it will still be a tough game, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Roma aren't a good team. I'm just saying out of all the teams in it, I think I fancy us against Roma. And then, you know, that will give us the chance then. They got what they deserve, says Mark Lewis. Yes, exactly. Manx scum just made me smile, says Tom. Yeah. This result has really cheered me up, says Mark Lewis. Same, Mark. Same, mate. Same. We needed that, didn't we, guys? Let's face it. We did need that since the game that we had against them. They've had the upper hand, haven't they, in the banter since that game. You know, I've had nothing but digs and seen nothing but crap online from the Man United supporters about Liverpool and Liverpool supporters and that. So it's nice to see this now. The Tides, we've got a bit of ammunition now, haven't we? You know what I mean? Just to give it back a little bit. Looking forward to a draw on Friday, Daz. Who are you hoping we get? Adam, you probably just heard me, mate. I'm personally hoping that we get Roma. You know, I think a lot of people would probably say, it's fair to say that Seville and Roma are probably the two teams that everyone will be looking that they want to draw, maybe. I don't know how true that will be with a lot of people, because I think different teams will prefer other teams because of playing styles and stuff. But for me, I'm looking at Roma and Seville, but we haven't got a good record against Seville. So, you know, on that basis, I'm going to say Roma, but I don't know. Any game, look, any one that we draw, it's going to be a tough game. We know that it's Champions League. We have got whoever we get drawn against, we're going to have a tough task on our hands. So we just got to do what we got to do. If we want to win in Champions League, we have to just beat whoever gets put in front of us. So on that basis, it doesn't really matter, does it? But you kind of want to, you know, not an easy ride, but you want to leave the bad boys, the big boys, don't you? Till the last minute, don't you, really? Just to give you the best chance, I guess. It's not that I'm scared, because I feel like Liverpool could beat the big boys, but I'd rather get the big boys in the final, you know what I mean? The bigger boys, or whatever you want to call. Who do you want anyway, Adam, mate? Who would you like to be drawn against, mate? Let's all laugh at the scum, says Michael. Yeah, it did make me chuckle, mate. It did make me chuckle a lot. My chat's doing the usual. It's jumping all over the place. Welcome to the stream anyway, guys. Smash a thumbs up if you're laughing at Man United right now after this result tonight. I think we should get tons of likes for that alone, shouldn't we? Sam, where are we dropping, boys? I'm saying last 8. You're right, Sam. What do you mean, where are we dropping? What do you mean dropping, Sam? Who's dropping where, mate? Let me know. Let me know. I'm confused, buddy. But welcome to the stream anyway, Sam, as always. Hope you're good tonight, buddy. Tom says, hope we draw Seville. They are shy. Just Manx are even more shy. Seville are like a bogey team for us. I'm not going to lie. They make me nervous, guys. And it's not that I think they're sheer quality, because I think a lot of teams will want to draw against Seville in the next round of the Champions League. But I just feel like they're one of our bogey teams, so I don't really want to come up against them. I would like to skip past that one, you know. Sam says, I want Roma, then we take the big boys. Yeah, I'm down with that one. I'm down with that one, mate, to be honest. got to try and catch up. This chat is jumping again. Matthew Rose says, hey, those Wanderers got knocked out. Yeah, they did, mate. How are you, Matthew? Welcome to the stream, buddy. I'm effing brilliant. The scum are gone, says Michael. Paul says, maybe United should have put less effort into beating us. They might have won tonight. Lol. Well, that's the thing, Paul. We were talking about it before the Liverpool-Man United game. We were saying that, you know, they had to have one eye on the Seville game. And they didn't, did they, really? Like, because they did play, like, differently to how we thought they was. They didn't, I wouldn't say they really played for a draw against Liverpool, would it? They did proper try against Liverpool, I thought, anyway. And Liverpool didn't turn up. So, you know, maybe they've got themselves to blame, like, but it is what it is, isn't it? Like, we could just laugh at them. Like, yes, they got a victory over Liverpool in the Premier League, but again, they haven't got a chance of winning the Champions League now. Liverpool's still got a chance, haven't they? So, if any of you guys have friends that Man United supporters or whatever, or you're online and a Man United support gives you jip about them beating us last, just say, but who's still in the Champions League, mate? Simple as that. Sam, oh yeah, I saw that one, did I? We had Moreno in the first 11 when we played them. Yeah, Gab, I would love a big team for a great night at Anfield and not Seville or Roma. Yeah, Gab, I'm well aware that there's a few people. I don't think you'll be the only one. When I've spoke to a few people, not just online, but friends as well, have said to me that they would like a Barcelona or a Real Madrid game next, like, just so that even if we did get kicked out, we had a big game, you know, for like a nice like atmosphere and stuff, like. So I definitely know you're not going to be the only one with that side of it. For me, you know, I think I would still like us to get a team like Roma or Seville or something, and then get past them, because it's doable. I mean, Real Madrid and Barcelona are doable. Like, I know Barcelona, it's not guaranteed that they're through, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're doable, but then you've got or Juventus or whatever. But then, you know, like, if you're coming up against them next, it's a tougher opponent, you know. But like I say, it's the Champions League. You've got to beat big teams to win the Champions League. One way or another, you will end up coming up against one of these teams. I just feel, why make it hard? You know, but you ain't got a choice in it either way. We draw whoever we draw, don't we? But you know, if I had a choice, I would for me, I would pick like a Roma or something. I think we could beat Roma, then have a tough game, you know, like after that. But they're all tough games, let's face it. Like, who are we kidding? You know what I mean? Like, Roma, Seville, every single one of them games, whoever we draw, whatever team we come up against now, it's a tough game. Every team's done well to get to where we've been, you know, where we've got to now. So it's going to be difficult, guys, no matter what. But mind the gap, says Sam. What the hell? I love it, Daz. I'll sleep well tonight, says Adam. Yeah, you know, mate. Sweet dreams, isn't it, Adam, about the Manx supporters giving us jip and then falling on their face. A couple of days later, it's lovely. It's beautiful. Kelsey, you alright, buddy? Welcome to the stream, mate. He says, Jose's master tactician. Yeah. Tim says, I would want Roma. Yeah, me too, Tim. I fully agree with that, mate. I want Roma personally as well. Tyrell, you alright, Tyrell? Welcome to the stream tonight, my friend. Hi, Daz. We should be hoping for a bigger team to inflict some fear in other teams. Yeah, you know, like, yeah, that's another good way of looking at it, I guess. Not just, you know, I'm aware that people, like I said, want like the big game for the big atmosphere and all that, and for the thrill of it and stuff. But yeah, like, if we beat the big team, like one of the big teams or whatever, it does put a fear factor in. But for me, I'm just all about, like, try and get to that final, you know, and then you're going to be up against them anyway, like, and you'll get the hype and all that, you know, like, and I don't know. I look at this Liverpool team and I think, you know, I felt like the Man United game, they didn't look confident. I feel like the occasion got to them too much. So how are they going to perform in a Champions League final anyway? Probably not great. Like, I don't know whether they're mentally strong enough yet, but I hope I would be wrong in that situation. I hope that they would be mentally strong enough for it, but they haven't proved to me that they can be the strongest mentally as of yet, you know. So on that basis, It would do them a world of good if we did come up against a big team before the final, managed to put them away. That would give them the confidence then for a Champions League final, maybe, you know. So looking at it that way, maybe, Tyrell, it could help us, it could benefit us. There is a couple of different ways of looking at it, isn't there, I guess. Barca next round I'd like, says Gaza. See, so another one that wants a big team. I want Juventus, says Paul. I think Juventus would probably suit Liverpool, like, to be honest. I don't think Juventus would be able to cope with Liverpool, like our high intensity. I really don't think they'd be used to coming up against our sort of play, like the way we like to play football, you know. I just don't think they'd be able to handle us. But Juventus are Juventus. They're still a good team, and again, they're all good teams. Hey Michael, says Tom. Michael says, hey Daz, mate, how are you? Go on, Seville. Yeah, I saw it. It's where it's coming down now, so you guys have obviously read some of your comments already. Kieran Aaron, you're alright, my friend. Welcome to the stream. He says, Effie loves seeing the Manx cry. I want Real Madrid. Same here, mate, same here. So, again, look, see, Kieran wants a big team as well. Real Madrid are probably favourites to win it. Who do you guys reckon are going to win it? You know, like, obviously I'd love to say Liverpool, but in a realistic world, I think Real Madrid, with their experience and that, they're not doing great in their league, but all joking aside, Real Madrid, you know, putting Paris Saint-Germain out, or Germain, or however you say that, PSG anyway, knocking them out, you know, they've got the experience. They should be favourites to win the Champions League, shouldn't they? So, but then Man City this year, just very good team as well. So it's a tough one, really, of who are favourites. But I don't particularly want to come up against Man City. I'm not going to lie. Because even though we beat Man City, I feel like if we get drawn against them, I just don't have a good feeling. You know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on it. Liverpool AFC, yo, my friend. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Gazatron says, I'll get back to it, Gaza, if my stream stops messing up. Maybe if we had Roma, Klopp could tap up Alisson. Yeah, yeah, with a winky face. Yeah, maybe he could have a little whisper in his ear. There are some rumours floating around with the Alisson thing that I've seen over the last couple of days, guys. Some of you lads may be following it, some of you maybe not. Some of you might care, some of you might not. But apparently they want around the 80 million mark, don't they? Which we spoke about this before. For me, it's old news, guys. I knew all this stuff anyway, but a few of you, not a lot, but a few of you messaged me. So this morning I got a couple of messages about it, saying apparently Liverpool have definitely backed out because they want 80 million for him. Liverpool don't want to pay that, and now with Karius in the form that he's in, it looks like it's going to save Liverpool a lot of money. We're not after a number one. Liverpool turn their attention to Jack Butland, all this stuff. That's what we've been seeing over the last few days. You know, it's all just rumours and speculation at the moment. But if Karius is still performing well, then Liverpool aren't going to spend 80 million or 60 million even on a goalkeeper, are they? Let's face it, guys. Why would you? Why would you spend ridiculous money on a goalkeeper when you don't need to? You know, still, for me, Karius has got a lot to do to impress us, to prove that he does warrant being Liverpool's #1 goalkeeper. He's doing better, and I hope that it continues for him, you know. I really do. He's got his chance now, to prove himself, but he's still got to prove himself for me. But, you know, if he can save us money in the long run, I mean, quality. But I just can't see Klopp or Liverpool sanctioning. If they are generally going to hold out for around 80 million, I can't see that being sanctioned when you've got Karius, you know, not really letting in too many goals. It just doesn't really make too much sense, does it? So, but I still am going to stick by the fact that Liverpool haven't contacted Roma to say they're not going to bid on Alisson. That's not the case at all, guys. There's no way Liverpool have gone out of their way to contact Roma to say we're not interested in your player, unless there was half of a deal already on the table and Liverpool have now said no, it's not happening. They wouldn't have. It just doesn't work like that, in my opinion, guys. You know, so don't believe that rumour, but yeah, I quite believe that we're not going to spunk loads of money up the wall on a goalkeeper if Karius continues to perform well. Yes, we will go into a transfer market in the summer for a goalkeeper, because Mignolet will go, and I think Danny Ward will either go out on loan or he'll be sold as well. So there's room for goalkeepers at Liverpool, isn't there? So, you know, Jack Butland, I can quite believe that Liverpool probably will end up going in with a bid for Jack Butland. Depends on how much we can get him for, to be honest, there. Whether you guys be happy with that or not, you can let me know. We have discussed it on my channel before, but, you know, again, it comes down to money and stuff. How much money are Liverpool going to be willing to spend on the goalkeeper situation if Karius is still performing? If he's proved himself enough by then, if he's had enough time to prove himself really. I think, to be honest with you, can Karius, is 6 months or a few months really between the transfer windows enough time for Karius to really prove that he's Liverpool goalkeeper material? I don't think it is. I think he needs at least a season as Liverpool's #1 goalkeeper to prove whether he should have a #1 spot at Liverpool for the future. So it does make sense to, you know, maybe not splash loads of money on a goalkeeper and just getting someone like Jack Butland that can compete with him. I don't know, guys. Like I say, I'm bringing it up because a few of you messaged me this morning about it, and there was a message yesterday about it as well. So just to you guys that messaged me, I thought I'd reply. But you haven't won a Premier League trophy, says Sam. That's what they're going to say, isn't it? I did see that Sean had come in as well. So welcome to the stream, Sean. I did see you. Picky Saw, you're right, mate. Welcome to the stream. He says, "Boo yeah for Seville." Yes, mate, exactly. Love it. We have got something to laugh about, haven't we now, and be happy about tonight, guys. Noise in as well. We should sign Leonard from Seville defender. He was outstanding, taking up everything Lukaku threw at him. I didn't watch the game, mate, so yeah, good to hear that they had a good defender that we should maybe keep an eye on in the future. Why are you wearing a splint? What happened, bud? I just got my one off. Oh, you've noticed me arm. Obviously, I had the problems, didn't I? Down my left side and everything. And it's just, I'm in agony with my wrist and that. I don't know whether I fell on it or something. I don't know. But it's just to support it, basically, because when I move it and that too much, it just absolutely kills. And I'm sick of popping painkillers for it, if you know what I mean. So, I'm wearing this at the moment. But, yeah, nothing too major, mate. It's just with the problems that I had, if you know what I mean. Sean, I did see that you come in, mate, but I can't find your comment again because the chat's completely jumped and it won't let me scroll back up now. Every time I'm trying to scroll up, it's bouncing back to the bottom. So, yeah, if there's something that you guys have put in that I haven't seen, rewrite it, guys, or copy and paste or whatever if you can get to it. And I will try and read it again. You know, I do try my best to read all your comments, guys. Keith, welcome to the stream. Keith, I've seen you're in as well, mate. Yeah, Daz, being the underdog might work for us. Yeah, it could do, Adam, mate. It could do, couldn't it, you know? Hopefully. No pressure. Just go out and play ball. Yeah, exactly. I think so. Tim says, we need Naby Keita to make us better in the midfield and we would be a very strong team, Daz. Yeah, Naby Keita adds to that Klopp spine that I was saying that I was looking forward to seeing next season, you know, having a real Jurgen Klopp spine to our team. Van Dijk in defence, Naby Keita added to the midfield, you know, a Firmino and Salah up top, Mane if Mane doesn't keep going up and down with his form, you know. You're starting to see a real spine there if Karius is in goal. Obviously, he come in, didn't he? If he still carries on progressing in goal, then you're starting to see a Jurgen Klopp spine to the team. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Naby Keita, for me, I think he's going to be a well good signing, a really, really good player. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him come in. People have doubts over Naby Keita. I'm not one of them, but it's no guarantees. Still, again, he's got no Premier League experience, so it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to hit the ground running. But I've just got a good feeling about Naby Keita. You know, he's very highly spoke about in the German league. Everyone was saying that Liverpool have got themselves a very good player in Naby Keita, regardless of what anyone's saying about his season this year or whatever. You know, I think he's going to help us out a lot once we sign him and get him in the door, get him mixing in with the lads and that, like, especially the way we play. Imagine our counter-attacks and you've added Naby Keita to that. Oh, it's going to be beautiful, guys, beautiful. He can really help unlock teams as well, and we need that, you know. Keith says, I talked to my friends and they said when we were playing Man United, they played as played us at our own, because after their 2 goals, they turned into a bunch of pussies. Now look what happened. What do you think? Yeah, exactly. But, mate, seriously, you know, something that I think was, all I've seen since they beat us was they were saying that Liverpool were overconfident against them, were too cocky. We thought that we could just go out and blitz them off the park. We thought they were going to park the bus, and they didn't from the off. So, you know, they were tactically better than us and all that. Look, fair play to Jose Mourinho. He didn't set up how we and probably Jurgen Klopp thought they was going to from the off. It caught us off guard, right? They got the victory. Fair play, whatever. You know what I mean? That's done and dusted. But then all the grief that we've got saying that we were overconfident and cocky and all that, Liverpool looked like they lacked confidence in that game. We were caught unaware. And it blew their confidence in that game for me. We didn't have answers for them. And then they were being cocky and confident, saying that they was going to beat Seville, they were going to smash them. You know, thought they were too good for Seville, they were going to cruise through this one. Didn't play for the draw like they should have with Liverpool, really. You know, and then they've gone and got kicked out of the Champions League. So, nice one, Man U. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. It's all fun and games, isn't it? You know what I mean? What's the saying that I find really funny? It's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits. I love that saying. Tim says, if we get Roma, I hope Salah gets a hat trick, Daz. Yeah, oh God, like, can you imagine though? Like, he wouldn't celebrate, would he? Because of obviously the kind of person that he is, but that would just rub salt in the wound, wouldn't it? Obviously, how much we signed him for, they would be devastated, wouldn't they? If Salah helped kick him out of the Champions League as well. That would be horrible for them, wouldn't it? It would be funny for us, but not good for them, you know. My formation, 3-4-3, passing, says Brad Stick. What's that? Is that what you want to see next year, Brad Stick? Like Liverpool play? Once we added Naby or whatever. Obviously, I'm trying to figure out what you mean, like what I've been talking about. I reckon we're getting Chelsea, says Sam. In the next round, Sam, I'm guessing you can't see Chelsea beating Barcelona, says Sam. You're right, Sam, mate. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Is it a tough task there for Chelsea, isn't it? So I think Barca will meet Real Madrid and it will be Liverpool-Barca final. Can you imagine Liverpool-Barcelona in a final? That'd be a really, really good game. That'd be a really, really good game. Michael says, we are Liverpool, tra-la-la-la-la. I love it. I love it when he sings. Michael, something that I've always remembered from when back at the beginning and we used to do live streams, you always used to like do that and get this singing and that going on the live streams. I used to love it. FS Scum proves they got a fluke result against us last Saturday, but not next season. We will destroy the Scum next season. You know, like, it is what it is, isn't it, Michael? You know, like, I like it. Like we all know we don't like losing to Man United and that, but something that I do say is that they're where they are in the league for a reason. You know, I don't like it, but they seem to they grind out results, don't they? And half of that, I think, personally, is down to De Gea, their goalkeeper. Like I was saying, they set up with that bust, don't they? They defend deep, and then if you can create space and actually create chances, then you've got to try and beat probably the best goalkeeper in the world. You know what I'm saying? Or one of them. Like, it's just a task and a half, isn't it? So you take him out of the equation and they're not going to get as many points in a year and that, but hopefully next season will be a different season. I'm hoping that next season Liverpool will be on par with Man City and it'll be us up there, you know, competing for the Premier League. Like, we need to be competing for the Premier League next year. This year, Man City have run away with it, but next year I want it to be closer and I want us to be in contention for it, because I can't see why we shouldn't be. We got the summer to sort out a few key areas, tweak a few things, work on tactics, work on mentality in certain situations, and I can't see why Liverpool can't compete on all fronts. That's where we need to be. Tom Conley says, difference between Liverpool supporters and mate bin dippers is we are on here having a bit of a crack between ourselves, win, lose or draw, and them lot spend this sort of moment trolling. Yeah, they do. Seriously. A lot of their supporters spend half the time on Liverpool channels and stuff, don't they? Like, let's face it. I never go on Man U channels and stuff. I never do anything like that. I have a laugh at you lot about it and that, and it is funny because they've been giving us stick. But, like, you know, like what I've just said, I was even saying, like, Man U are where they are in the table for a reason. You know, I'm not biased. I don't like losing to Man United. They are a rival. So, you know, that's my view on it and stuff. But fans are fans, you know. They choose Man United, that's fair play, that's down to them. but they and half take things like too far sometimes, don't they? Like, I'm not that kind of a supporter, to be honest. Like, I never do stuff like that. Like, I just have banter and I have a laugh and that's what football's about for me. But there are fans that take things proper far, isn't there? We need another centre-back, says Brad Stick. Yeah, I want to see Gomez as well next to Van Dijk. They're still not doing it, are they? But I want to see that. What do you think about Liverpool interested in Jorginho from Napoli? I like the look of it, Sam, mate. I do like the look of it. If you're asking whether I think it could happen, it's possible, I guess. I don't know how much evidence there is to any of it at the moment, because everything that I've said at the moment, it's all rumours, isn't it? Obviously, we're a way off yet. But I don't feel like he's a specialist holding midfielder that I would like to see Liverpool sign, but there's not many of them out there. I can't give you specific names that I want to see come into Liverpool, but if you're asking me, would I like to see Jorginho sign for Liverpool? Yes, because I do think that he would be a player that Klopp would look at, because I think he would really suit Liverpool's style. I'm not going to lie, he's definitely a really good ball player, and he could start off a lot of our attacks that we could be a complete different animal with Jorginho setting up some of our front three. You know, like we could be very, very deadly. We're dangerous enough as it is, and if you've got Jorginho pulling the strings and he can defend as well, can't he? Then I think he'd be a good acquisition for us. But he's still, for me, he's not an out and out specialist holding midfielder. But like I say, there aren't many that I would say I would like to come into Liverpool in that department like that. So Jorginho would be a good signing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It does depend, but I would definitely sign him, mate. If it was me, De Vrij is someone Klopp wants. The rumours are still floating around about him. You know, we're aware now that he will be moving in the summer. There's still a possibility that Liverpool are a club that he would move to as well. So we've got to keep an eye on that one, guys. It's something to watch closely. I'll be monitoring it right up until the summer. There's a good chance that it could happen, but you know, it is what it is with someone like De Vrij. With that situation, he could end up going anywhere. But I can't see why we wouldn't go in for him, because it makes sense in a business sense as well, which we all know by now that FSG and Liverpool like to do things business sense as well, don't they? You know, so I think Liverpool will be putting their name in there with De Vrij, trying to get him over the line as well. Michael says, so very true, Tom. The Mank bin dippers are dry shots. They wouldn't know how to have the crack if their faces got a smack from the back of a bus. I'd rather have Pope, class keeper. Pope's had a good season this year, hasn't he? I still want to see a bit more out of Pope. See whether he could carry that on, you know. But I'm guessing you're saying you'd rather have Pope over Jack Butland, you know. So I'm guessing that's what you mean, Sam. But Pope does look like a good goalkeeper, but just want to see a bit more experience from him, really. Paul says that he's a Dutch fullback playing for Napoli, I think. Right. Says Liverpool FC again. I think I did say hello, mate. I don't know whether you heard me say hello earlier, but how are you anyway, buddy? Tim Ward says, Daz, Liverpool are interested in Modric. Image of he comes to Liverpool, it'll be brilliant. Imagine if Modric come to Liverpool. Apparently we're interested in him. Do you know, I would still take Modric. I was talking to someone a little while ago about that, and I said I would still take him, and they was like, nah, his age and all that, but why not? You know, in games where teams sit back against us, we could do with a Luka Modric, you know, they're going to open up a team and stuff. Like, I'll definitely take him. It hasn't got to be a player that needs to play week in, week out for you, but if you need a goal and you need a game to open up or whatever, why not sign him? But again, everyone has different views on things like that, don't they? Because I've noticed when I've said things about people like Modric and that in the past, people are like, oh no, I sod that because of his age and the wages and stuff. There's obviously them sort of factors that come into it, but for me, if you're looking at him as a player, like, he's still got attributes that I would like to see at Liverpool. So yeah, I think he would have been a good signing for Liverpool if we are interested in him, you know. Bye for now, guys, says Michael Dunn. You off, Michael. Take care, buddy. Thank you for joining me as always. Leon Roberts in the building. Whoa, what's up, Leon, mate? How are you today? And Blue Tick's in as well. You're right, Blue Tick, mate. Welcome to the stream, guys. I predict Liverpool versus Bayern Munich final. That would be a good game as well, wouldn't it? Good. Yeah, that would be a good game as well. You know, as long as Liverpool are in the final, whoever we come up against, it's going to be a solid game, isn't it? Guys, I can't get back up on my chat, so if I've missed any comments at you guys, or anyone has come in and I haven't read out your name or whatever, just comment again in the chat and I will get to it, lads. I think since they've added this new... We always have problems with the chat anyway. It would bounce from time to time and that, like, flicker when I'm trying to scroll down and that to read your comments. But since they've done this where it replays back... So, say if you're not watching this live and you're not commenting on it and that and reading the chat live, and you're watching the replay of it now... The chat comes up like as if you was live, so they can read it. Since they've done that, it's made it 10 times worse. Like, for me anyway, like, when my brother was around, my brother was like, I don't know how you do it. He was like, obviously yesterday I did a video with him, like a live stream, and he went, I can't sit and read all that. He said it was mental. Like, it's really hard to try and read every single comment now. Like, it is really, really hard. But, yeah, I will try my best as always, guys. You know I always try and read all your comments and that. Andrew Robertson scores a 30-yard screamer. 90 plus 4 minutes. You love your Robertson, don't you, Sam? Because of your nationality. Rips off his shirt almost Superman-esque. Don't think my heart could take another Istanbul, says Paul. Yeah, I definitely don't want to find us 3-0 down or whatever. You know, like, if I was aware that we was going to bring it back, then, yeah, the emotions are unreal in that situation, but... I don't want to fall behind, you know. I'd much rather cruise to a nice, comfortable victory or whatever. I'd take that over an Istanbul moment again. We've always got Istanbul, guys, haven't we? For all of us that was alive and experienced it and that, like, you know, it still makes the hairs stand up on the back of my neck. If I watch the video footage back again, it still brings the tears to my eyes and that, because I remember the emotions while I was watching the game. I remember being sad and angry. Halfway through the game, and then I remember at the end just feeling like I was going to collapse, like, because I was like, what have I just watched? And I was literally like, that's like probably the best moment that I will ever experience as a Liverpool supporter in my entire life. Like, it was just incredible. The only thing that I think will probably match that now for me will be winning the Premier League, but then because that's spread out over a year, you know what I mean, like, it's still not going to be as magical as that night. So, it's crazy, isn't it? Sam's still going, final whistle goes. Sam's putting the picture out there. I like it, Sam. You're painting the picture for us, aren't you, the scene. Leon says, can't wait for FIFA next year. Imagine the Barclays Premier League teams, Naby, Bailey, etc. Yeah, mate. All the FIFA OP players and that will be in the Premier League next year, wouldn't they? Let's face it. So they're taking the mickey out on Twitter. Says, Emil, you right, Emil, mate? Welcome to the stream, buddy. And the chat jumps on me yet again. You know, someone new comes in and it's like, I'm not going to let you read their comment, Daz. Smash the like button if you love the pool, says Tom Conley. Yeah, thumbs up if you like Liverpool and if you're laughing at Man United for getting kicked out of Champions League. Just saying. Yeah, thank you, Tom, mate. Thank you as always. Sam and our very own adopted scouser, Lucas Lever, Stills, Phil's Bird and Messi ask for Salas. Sam, you do crack me up sometimes. Furno, you're right, Furno, mate. How are you tonight, buddy? You've probably already commented because I've just said, haha, United is out, yeah, but, or maybe you haven't actually. Maybe you just come in with that because we were talking about it. But yes, it's a good night, isn't it? It's a good night for us Liverpool supporters. Get our own back on them, laughed at them now after horrible few days of them taking a mick out of us. Everyone takes that up around the pitch. Sam's still going, Jesus Christ. This is like the longest book I've ever read in my life, so I'm not going to lie. Paul, what about Dortmund too? Remember that? The Dortmund game, Leon, yeah. You know, Dortmund was a good game, but for me, it didn't compare to Istanbul just on the back. I don't know. It wasn't even the fact that I was quite young with Istanbul. Like, I think it was just winning the trophy and stuff, you know. But Dortmund was a big game as well, of course. Like, and the way it went about was another special game, and it was another special night, without a shadow of a doubt. But I don't know. It was just Istanbul was just. I didn't cry at Dortmund, like with the Dortmund game, you know, but Istanbul, I just remember like the tears and being choked and being like, oh my god, like this is outstanding. Like I was like, oh my god, like with Dortmund, but Istanbul was just it was just the best thing ever, you know. But Dortmund was amazing as well, wasn't it, guys? You know, I think the younger lot, obviously that join us and that have Dortmund. The slightly older lot will have like Istanbul, and then there'd be even older that will have even better memories from years ago that like won lots more and stuff. You know, the legends that used to win everything and that, like, that even I missed, you know, that I didn't get to experience and that, like, you've got the different decades and that, haven't you, Liverpool supporters and that, and what their favourite times of being a Liverpool supporter and that is. So you've always got the different things and that, so it's cool, man. It's cool getting the different eras and age groups and that of Liverpool supporters, to see what is your favourite moment of being a Liverpool supporter, what your favourite game is, your favourite players, because it varies, doesn't it, depending on your age and that as well. Let's talk about United, lads, says Furno. Yeah, I think pretty much from the beginning, Furno, all we did was talk about United, was laughing, like, from the off, you know, but we're like over half an hour in, and we are still talking about it as well, but we are like digressing a bit about things as well, because the theme is Champions League. I named it like Champions League talk, because I started it after the Man United game, if you know what I mean, but it was just funny. I was like, I can't wait to do this stream. The lad's going to be in such a good move. That made my day so much better. Scums getting knocked out. Yeah, I was very happy. Thorvan, I can't pronounce his name, but he's a good player, says Paul. Yeah, he is a good player. I rate him as well, Paul. Leon Roberts, yeah, forgot about them. Leon says, so good. Yeah, I can't wait to come to school tomorrow and take the pee out, United fans. Yeah, when you're at school, there's nothing better, is there, than like taking a mick out of all the other supporters and that, like that. I remember the days being at school, but the worst thing is I was like the only Liverpool supporter, and everyone else supported the other teams, and Liverpool wasn't doing great when I was at school, so I always was the one that took the flak. But it's alright, guys, I stood my ground as like the one and only Liverpool supporter at school, you know. I fought them all off. I gave as good as I got. And hopefully Liverpool go on to win everything within the next few years, and we can all laugh at all them idiots. You know, like that. We can look back at it and laugh. Sam, love it, bud. Great story. Oh, what Sam's? Yeah. You know, I wasn't gonna lie. I was gonna get a bookmark out and put it in it, Sam, because it was dragging on a bit for me. You know, I thought I might have to come back to it. I wonder who United will get in the next round. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah. It's so funny, isn't it? Class Act is in as well. You're right, Class, mate. He says Istanbul is the best comeback ever, as that's one of the AC Milan teams, best AC Milan teams ever, and the LFC was bang average, easily Istanbul. Yeah, Class. Funny thing is, we were talking when I was at the pub and we was watching Man United and that. We were actually, my cousin was reading out like the list of AC Milan's team when it was Istanbul and the list of Liverpool team, and we were like, how the hell did that Istanbul actually happen? Like what you've just said, their team was ridiculous. Like, and Liverpool's team, like, shouldn't have beat that team at all. They were complacent as anything to allow us to get back into that. Like, it was magical, wasn't it? It was absolutely magical. Like, that's why, like, for me, like, it will be probably the best experience I will ever have in my life. Like, it's unreal, isn't it? But welcome to the stream anyway, Class, mate. I'm glad to have you on board, mate. Furno, my best memory as a Liverpool fan is the Dortmund or the City game. Furno, what City game are you on about? Mankshite knocked out by Jimmy Savile. Says Andrew, you're right, Andrew, mate. Oh, yeah. I'll see the comparison in Seville and Savile, yeah. How are you anyway, Andrew, mate? But yeah, love it that they got knocked out, guys. Like I say, for any of you guys that have just joined in, we were talking about it right at the beginning when I first started and that. But it's nice that Liverpool got a bit of ammunition to fire back at the Man U fans now that have been giving us sticks since we lost to them, obviously. Michael JT, welcome to the stream, mate. How are you, buddy? He says, the first ever game I watched was the Champions League final 2005. I was 3. Oh, really? That was your first ever game? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. What a game to watch, you know what I mean? Like, it's madness at 3 years old. First game I ever watched, mate. A few of you guys will already know because you've followed me for a while or whatever, but this was the first time that I started supporting Liverpool, really. I don't know how old I was, but this tells you how young I was. My uncle and my dad had the football on TV, and my uncle was a Chelsea supporter. And basically, like, they were both arguing. They was like, which team do you support, Daz? Which team do you want to win? And I was like, I want the red team to win. And obviously that was Liverpool. My dad's a Liverpool supporter. So my dad was like, yes, get in. And that was it. From that day, I was obviously the red team, like Liverpool. And my dad was always like, good job you're a Liverpool supporter anyway, because I'd never buy you a Man United top or another kit or anything in my house and all that rubbish. You know what it's like. And yeah, so that was the first game that I remember watching, but I can't even remember what game it was. I was that young. But I just remember it was Liverpool versus Chelsea, and I picked the red team. I wanted the red team to win. And yeah, that was kind of how I started supporting Liverpool. But I was that young that I didn't even know what the teams were called or anything. It was just, I want the Reds to win, you know, like. And I believe we did win as well, which was good. Paul says, I was drunk in a pub with all my LFC friends, and the Manx Scum friends were wearing Milan jerseys. Laugh mask, we won. Yes, love it. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I can't believe I was wearing Milan. Michael Garner, you're right, mate. He says, the first Liverpool game I can remember, and it was the reason I got into football, was the FA Cup final v West Ham, the Gerrard final. Yeah, I know exactly what one you're on about. Yeah, good game that, mate. Good game. I've been a Liverpool fan since 2010, but started every game since like 2014. Right. Yeah, so how old are you, Ferno? I can't remember how old you are. Everyone put your ages in the chat section, because obviously I've got some new subscribers now. I know like the ages of some of you like that have been on for time and that, but I'm nearly 30, guys. I'm 30 in May, so I'm not far off being 30 years old now. The big 3-0, eh? But yeah, I know we've got like the age groups varying out on here, but Ferno's 16, Tim Ward is 16 as well, Michael Garner's 18 at the moment, 19 in April, so you're nearly 19 then. 24's Blue Tick. Yeah, I remember you, Blue, mate. I remember you saying you was 24. Michael JT 16, Paul's 39. Yeah, Paul, I know you was a little bit older than me, wouldn't you? Because Michael's a bit older than you, ain't he, Paul? I remembered that one. Because Michael, we always said, was like the granddad, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you started supporting when you were in 2010 then, Ferno. So, like 6 years ago then, wasn't it? So, Milos is 23. So, how old was you roughly, Milos, when you started supporting Liverpool, buddy? I did so much research on Liverpool since 2014. It's like I've been supporting this club for like 10 years. Yeah, that's good. It's good. It's always good to know the history of your club as well. It's one of the reasons why I love Liverpool and all, man. Because, you know, like, I love the history of Liverpool. Like I say, that was when I started supporting Liverpool. But my dad was very much, he wanted me to know everything about Liverpool growing up. But the history of the club. Like, my dad was like, they're like the best team in the world. Like, because of this, because of that, because of the fans. You know, so I grew up knowing about the history. And it just made me fall in love more and more and more with Liverpool. It wasn't just about the things, and that's why I remained a Liverpool supporter, because you know what it's like, just because your dad or whatever supports a club doesn't mean you're going to grow up to support that club. You know, like, as you get to a certain age, all your mates, like I said, when I was at school, no one else supported Liverpool where I'm from, so I could have easily have changed someone else, but I didn't. I stuck by Liverpool because I knew so much about them. I absolutely loved them. Classic says, when Liverpool beat Real Madrid 5-1 at Anfield, Gerrard and Torres were on fire, but Lasagna Diarra for Real Madrid was unreal, 41 and counting. Lol, yeah. Yeah, you're not too much older than me though, mate, are you? Do you know what I mean? It's only 11 years, isn't it? You know, it's 11 years literally goes like that, doesn't it? Like, yeah, that game, mate. Yeah, I know the game that you're on about as well. Sam says I'm 14 coming up 15. Ray Taylor's 48. See, so you're 48. So, Ray, you take the crown for being the oldest on the stream. And I believe you're older than Michael as well. So, Ray's like been supporting Liverpool for longer than all of us guys. So, Ray, you must remember some of the good old days, mate. Like, you will have some of the stories for us, mate. I supported in 2005, and your story is similar, to like mine in Blue Tick. Yeah. Milos says 2007. Yep, gotcha. From when you first started, because I asked you the question, didn't I? Gotcha. My first Liverpool kit was 2010 Adidas shirt. What a shit season, says Furlough. Yeah. Tim says, what's your prediction against Watford, Daz, mate? I don't know. I'm confident won't be that great at the moment, but on the other hand, you know, Liverpool are going to want to come out and make up for things. So 3-0. I'm going to say 3-0. I don't know. What's your prediction, mate? John Malone's 43. So another one in his 40s there. So there you go. That's a good one. It's good to see. So I've got the lads that are all like late teenage years and that, and then we've got the ones that are all like in the 40s, and then I've got the lads all around my age, like around the 30s and late 20s and that. So I've really got quite a good like mixture, and that's what I like, because like I say, like as Liverpool supporters, you know, we've all kind of grown up different eras of like players and times of supporting Liverpool and that, but it's good, man. I like it. Liverpool won its 7th league title the year I was born. How old am I? 7th league title. Oh God, you're trying to really trick me here, Tom. See, I'm not even going to cheat. I'm not even going to try and Google it. Someone try and help me out here. I'm trying to work it out. Wow, 50 something, Tom. You 50? I can't work it out, Tom. I can't work it out off the top of my head without falling well behind. But tell me, I'm close, ain't I, Tom? I am close. So I've been supporting Liverpool since I was 4. My nursery had a tiny football pitch, and I met one of the nursery teachers a few months back, and she said I spent every day on that tiny pitch kicking bottles. Oh, really? So you supported Liverpool like since you was 4, like you're saying. So from a very young age, same as me then. My family are Leeds fans, says Michael, but my uncle's a Scouser. He used to say my dad, when I was younger, that I grew up to be a Liverpool fan. My dad said no chance. Look how that turned out. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just because your dad supports someone or whatever doesn't mean you're going to support that person. You know, like, I want Riley to grow up to be a Liverpool supporter, but I'm well aware that obviously as he grows up, he'll have friends and that, and where I live and that doesn't necessarily mean that he will. But already now, if you say, Riley, who do you support? He goes, Liverpool. Like, it's really cute, but he's just over 1.5, you know what I mean? So still got time and that, but I'm hoping if I just surround him with everything Liverpool, and I do what my dad did by teaching him the history of the club and showing him what it means to be a Liverpool supporter, you know, I'm hoping that's enough to really like make him like Liverpool and understand what it means to be a Liverpool supporter, not just, oh yeah, you should be a Liverpool supporter just because I'm a Liverpool supporter. I don't just want that, you know. Guys, my 2015 Warriors shirt season after we nearly won the league, my stand chart rubbed, peeled off. Can I get advice how to fix it? 53 says Tom Connolly. Oh, I knew I was close, Tom. I knew I was close. Charlotte Booth says Thomas Sheridan. You're right, Thomas, mate. Yeah, it's me. Charlotte Booth is back in the building, doing another live stream on YouTube, because that's what Charlotte Booth is up to these days. How I've come down in the world, you know. It would be an amazing addition to YouTube if we could post GIFs. Yeah, what you mean, like on the chats and that. Yeah, it would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, Tom, I was very, very close. I knew you must have been around that age there. Ferno. So maybe, Tom, I think you've now took the crown for the oldest, I believe, so far, you know, but I can't remember anyone else. To be honest, on my other on my other channel, on the Bench LFC, I swear someone said they was like 68, I think. So, you know, they had really seen, like, Liverpool throughout the days and that, and they had some strong opinions on FSG and how we are now, you know, like, and I was like, well, I can imagine, because you've seen Liverpool, like, you know, throughout the years, like, where was Paul says, I haven't seen Out of City Cop in a while. I haven't spoke to him in a while, Paul, so I don't know what he's been up to or whatever. Obviously, I've had quite a lot going on in my personal life and that, so I haven't spoke to the other lads and that recently and that, so I don't really know what they've been up to, but I haven't kept up to whether they're putting stuff on YouTube or whatnot, but I know Jack Steele's putting bits on, and he, good old Jack, I've seen that he's put up bits and that, but where was it? Class Access Fan I've said Decour from Watford, top shout is Mustard and scores goals. Emre Can can go. Oh yeah, you must be replying to something that someone said there. My first shirt was Hitachi sponsor, says Ray Taylor. Yeah, old Old school days, mate. Old school days, isn't it? God, what was my first shirt? Again, it's old. I'm trying to think. I think I can't remember what my first Liverpool shirt was, but I remember there's a picture when my sister was born, and I'm wearing one of my dad's tops, and it was. Do you remember the kit, guys? I can't remember whether it was Colesberg or whatever. I can't remember what the sponsor was, but it's the green and white kit, like the squares, if you know what I mean. But I was wearing my dad's top. Like I had that over me, like when we was at the hospital, because obviously my sister got rushed in. I got rushed around someone's house, and I don't think they had any spare clothes to me, so they just threw me my dad's top and I threw it over. And I remember that in a picture, and that's the earliest Liverpool top I've seen in any pictures, like, if you know what I mean. So I can't remember, I don't know what year that was or whatever, without like looking it up, you know. Not a bad guess, as yes, 53 this April, if God spares. Oh yes, mate. So you're not quite 53 yet, then. You're still 52, ain't you, mate? You're still 52. You got a long time till 53. Like wink, wink. Yeah. I knew it was around that time that, you know, that we got that, but my maths is terrible anyway, and I was trying to work it out, and I was thinking, if I carry on trying to work this out in my head, I'm just going to fall well behind the stream, and it's all going to go Pete Tong, innit? Yeah, Ferno Tipex. Oh, you're talking about a fixtures shirt. Yeah, sorry, mate, I don't have a clue how to do it. I'm not the best there, you know. As you legend, I'm off. Take care, Adam. Thank you for joining me, nobody. Always a pleasure having you on board, mate. And I will speak to you in the next one, or whenever you can next join me, you know. Sam scores a few, but not to worry. Icardi saves today. Mo is trolling United fans and Ashley Young. So he should be. They've been doing it to him, haven't they? Like, too right. Attack is on fire. Man United are hot on our heels, though, says Sam. Michael JT says, only been to one Liverpool game, the 1-1 at the Etihad last season, but since it was through the school, I had to sit in the city stand. So, oh no, I couldn't really celebrate. Liverpool fans was so loud, though. Yeah, yeah, you got to go and sit in the Liverpool end one day, mate. Like, you know what I mean? I get that you couldn't celebrate for obvious reasons, and that you don't want to get in that situation. You know what I mean? Take care, Adam, mate. See you later, buddy. But yeah, go sit in the Liverpool end, mate. You know, for the celebrations and that, like. The atmosphere and that is something that you've got to experience, like being in it, you know. I don't know, for me, you know, like if you go to like away games and that, it's just it doesn't compare and stuff. If you sit in the away end or whatever, it's not the same, is it? Like anyone that's done it, they'll tell you exactly the same. So hopefully you get to do that soon or whatever. Because it's such a feeling. You know, I felt sorry for Michael Dunn and all you lads that went to that Porto game at Anfield, because Michael, for instance, it was his first time going to Anfield and he loved it. He had a really good day in that, but obviously it was a 0-0, so Liverpool didn't score, and I was gutted for him because I wanted him to experience the raw, you know, of us scoring. And he didn't get to experience that, but like he said he's going to do it again and that. So I was like, yeah, it's something that you've got to experience, you know, as a Liverpool supporter. It's just a feeling that you just can't explain, really. I felt 53 after Saturday's game. That's Tom, I bet, mate. Yeah, I bloody felt 53, Tom, as well, to be honest. The stress, isn't it? Like, you know, like I was sitting in a pub, like, with all these Man United fans around and that, and like there was this one bloke in particular, he kept leaning over and, you know, like he'd had a couple to drink and everything, he kept like cracking jokes and that and going, all this crap and everything. And you know, when you just, sometimes you look at it like people like that and you're just like, yeah, alright, like the first couple of times it's funny, now you're just peeing me off, you know, like shut your face, like. And I was just getting more and more annoyed during that game, and I was like, by the end of the game, it was literally like, I was like, right, I'm off, guys, see you later, I've got to go and get a few bits for Mother's Day, I'm out of here. Like, I was not hanging around, I was like, just get out of there as soon as possible. But yeah, I swear that's why I've got some greys in here. It's probably because I need to get my hair cut as well. When my hair grows a bit longer, you can see me greys. I'm getting some greys in my beard as well. I need to cut my beard down to hide the greys. My missus keeps finding greys, and she's like, "Oh look, you got another grey there." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks for pointing it out again. Like, cheers for that one." But like I say, I am coming up 30, so I'm entitled to get a few greys here and there. And with Liverpool, you know, being inconsistent from time to time, we're going to get grey, aren't we, guys? And we're going to lose our hair from time to time, like being men, and that's what happens, isn't it? Ray Taylor says, King Kenny, Clements, Hanson, Case Hughes, Neil, the list is endless. I've seen red men in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, you're very, very lucky, Ray, mate. I'm very jealous. You know, I would have loved to have been around and experienced and gone to Anfield in them days, mate, honestly. You know, watching documentaries and watching things about it and that, like, seeing a passion, and it's not the same, is it, as experiencing it and being there and that, like, but even it makes you feel like proud of like Liverpool and the club and that, and like I wasn't even around like back then, you know, whereas, you know, like you guys, you've got to experience it and that, and it's something that I can't change, but if I could, you know, I would have loved to have experienced that. If there's things that I could do, like, if you could go back in time for a few different things and that, I would like to go back in time and experience certain eras like that. I'm a bit of a weirdo as well, like history. Like, I want to go. Someone asked me if I could time travel, when would I want to go back to? And I want to go back and experience what the trenches would have been like in the war and that. It's off subject slightly, but you know, like, do you know they apparently had that football match, didn't they, and stuff like over Christmas time. They stopped, didn't they, and all that. Just, you know, like silly little things, but yeah, if I could go back, if you guys could go back in time, yeah, if someone come up to you tomorrow and they said, right, we've got this new machine, you can go back in time to experience a couple of things. One, you get a couple of chances. So one is you go back in time to experience something Liverpool related. What would it be? And then your second chance is to go back any time. You can go back, see the dinosaurs if that's what you want to, or whatever, Egyptians, whatever. What would it be? What would you want to do? Put it in the comment sections. So one would be, what would you want to experience in the past to do with Liverpool, and the other would be, what era? What would you want? Like I said, I'd want to go back and experience the trenches and that. What would you want to do? Just to spark up a bit of a conversation there. No one could touch us. Yeah, Ray. I've seen the bits about it. You know, Tim says I'm off. Take care, mate. Take care, Tim, buddy. Thank you for joining me as always, mate. Hopefully I get to see you soon, mate, in one of the other streams that we do. No doubt I'll be doing one tomorrow, hopefully, Tim. So if you're about, mate, tomorrow evening, might speak to you again then. He says I'm off, mate. You legend. See you later. Take care, buddy. Yeah, Ray. As I was saying, mate. You know. I've seen all about it, I've read all about it, you know, and I would love to just be a part of that, you know. It's incredible. It's incredible what we achieved and the way we was, you know. We don't get credit for what Liverpool Football Club did for, like, this country. Like, it's not just for football, but for the country. We don't get the recognition for that, but, you know, like, we know that, you know that because you experienced it and that. I know that because I've read into it and that. But I don't think some of the youth of today or whatever that grow up and see things, they don't know about that if they don't read into it and that. And that's what's sad, isn't it? Because they're not going to know that unless they look for it and that. I'd want to go back and witness the civil rights movement, says Sam, or Istanbul. Istanbul. That's a good one for Liverpool there. A civil rights movement. Are you being serious with that, Sam? Like, or is that like you trying to be funny? Because I never know with you, Sam, but it's interesting. Civil rights, is that something that you're interested in, Sam, or are you taking a piss? And then go to World War II, London, history is fascinating. So you are being serious then, Sam, because that I'm well into history as well, mate. Paul says I'd go back to Liverpool's last league title, then go back to ancient Rome and Egypt, then World War II. So you're similar to me then, Paul, as well. See, so a lot of guys like World War and stuff, like World War II and that. I see Rome as well and Egypt and that. It's all fast. I want to know how they built the pyramids, because that, you know, tell me that the aliens didn't do it with lasers and that, guys. Like, you tell me how they did it. Michael Garner, Liverpool related would be Istanbul. Yeah. And if it were anything, it would be go back and see what life was like when my grandparents were growing up in the 40s and 50s. Yeah, so Michael, like, see how they lived and that then, like, you know, like, obviously before all this sort of stuff, like what we're doing now and that, like, they didn't have phones and that, did they, you know, like, their clothes and that, because you watch films now and stuff, don't you, and, like, you see how they all dressed and everything, and you think, God, like, I think kids of today, like, what would they have done in the olden days? Like, if you sent a kid now back to the olden days, they'd be like, oh, I'm so bored. Like, they would go mad, because they'd be like, where's my phone? Where's this? What do you do? Whereas back in them days, they didn't have anything, was it? Like, what is it? My granddad used to say that, like, oh God, like, if I wasn't a bloke, like, I wouldn't have had anything to play with when I was young. Used to always make me laugh and that, but, like, you know, like, it's so different now, isn't it, to what it used to be like. So interesting, man, isn't it, history and that. Sam says, I'd also go back once I'm like 30 and see how I was when I lost my virginity and just see how much of a tosser I was. Oh, what, like, see how much you've changed, you mean, Sam? Like, when you was, like, young to how you are when you've obviously matured and become an adult and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, like, obviously, I'm about to turn 30, so I don't look at 30 as old, if you know what I mean. But if I'm looking back at, like, being 15 or whatever, like, I was completely different when I was 15 to, like, turning 30 now. Like, I'm so much more mature now. Like, the way I look at life, the way I look at my parents and that, and what they did. Obviously, I've got a child of my own. You have your bills, you have everything. You know what life's all about. Whereas when you're, like, 15 and a kid and stuff, you just look at people, like, older than you, trying to give you advice, and you're like, shut up, mate, like, you don't know nothing, you know what I mean? Like, why is everyone always trying to tell me what to do? Like, don't want to listen to these people, you know what I mean? Like, but then when you get older, you look at the kids and you're like, I just want to help them, because I wish I could go back and tell myself that. And that's the only reason that your adults and your parents and that do that, is because they just want to help you, because they wish they could do it for themselves. But, you know, that's quite a good one, though. Paul says, is it just me, or have we stopped making history on a scale of World War II? Maybe it's because we're living it, Paul, if you know what I mean. Like, do you mean, like, there's nothing major that's gone on since World War II that in the future they're going to look back at and go, this was, like, a massive thing? Like, we're looking at World War II and going, that was, like, the last real big thing to happen like that, or whatever. Is that what you mean, Paul? Because I guess so, but then we don't know what is going to be considered big in the future, do we? Like, the computers and all this is going to be, like, something that they're going to be looking at and going, oh my God, like, back then they had this or they used that, you know, like, everything's going to be well different, isn't it? Like, I think it's mad that things that we use now is going to be, like, in museums and that, or something. There might not even be museums, like, in 100 years' time. It's crazy, isn't it? Sam says, we'll see when Big Kim pushed the big red button. Yeah, probably. Ferno, I'd go back in time to when Earth first got created, the first second of it, says Ferno. That's cool, man. Like, what? So you don't want to know how it was created, or you just want to go? Do you mean you want to know how it was created, so you want to see it all, or you want to see what it was like when it first was created? Like, so you don't care how it was created, you just want to see what it was like when it first was created. But that's another good one, you know, like, you know, it's just, the list is endless, really, isn't it, guys? Let's face it. Class says, I'd like to go back and see when Howard Gale joined Liverpool, as he was LFC's first ever black player. Yeah, that's a really, really good one, man. And I'd like to go back to the civil rights movement and ancient Egypt. Yeah, they're really, really good. Ancient Egypt, for everyone saying about ancient Egypt, what is it about ancient Egypt that everyone wants to go back to? Is it the question, how were, like, the pyramids built and that? Because that's my main thing with Egypt. I want to know about all these sphinxes and that. I want to know about the pyramids and that. I'm fascinated by all that. How is it possible? How is it possible, guys? It's crazy, isn't it? But yeah, class, I really, really like what you said there. They're really big reasons, to be honest. Sir Klopp, you're right, sir, mate. How are you? I'd go back to swinging 60s as a young dickhead. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Tom Conley. Tom, where was you, mate? Says the rumble in the jungle in Kisha, said 1974 at 4 AM, 15 minutes before the Euro Millions draw. That's brilliant. That's fucking, that's funny, Tom. That's funny. Yeah, it depends what your agenda is by going back into history, I guess, as well, isn't it? If you can remember like a lottery draw or whatever, and you want to make money off it or something, I guess, as well. That's a good twist on it. Paul says, I'm interested in how the Roman Empire came to be and how it fell, plus Egypt. Then World War II, I'd go back, but Hitler shave off his tash. Wow, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Egypt's definitely a big one, isn't it? Because like I say, for me, the pyramids and that, the wars and that always fascinate me. Because the thing is, like for me, like when we've been brought up in that, guys, right? No one's ever said you've got to go out there and fight for your life. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter how rough of a neighbourhood you've brought up in. You might have gang warfare or whatever out on your streets or whatever. Like, you know, I've been in scraps, I've been in situations that could have cost me my life and things like that. And some of you lads may have been. I'm not saying that, but you've got to think back to like the wars and that. And this is what fascinates me. Them lads and ladies and that, right, that ended up going out and fighting and that and stuff and going beyond enemy lines and everything. They're being sent out to their death. What must have been going through their heads, man? Seriously. Like, they were so brave and they were fighting for the freedom of our country. Like, and the respect that they deserve. They don't get it, guys. They don't get shown that respect at all. Like, that respect is being lost a hell of a lot these days, and I hate that. I really do hate that side of it. But that's what fascinates me about, like, the wars and that, is imagine putting yourself in that situation and, like, thinking about your family now and the ones that you love being in them situations. Like, you know, even your house is not safe because it could be bombed or whatever. Like, having to live like that, having to live in fear like that. We don't get put in situations like that. You take your life for granted every single day. Do you know what I mean? Like, they couldn't do that. Like, times have changed so much. It fascinates me, guys. You know what I mean? It just absolutely fascinates me. And, you know, it wasn't a good thing, but, you know, that's why I find it fascinating, guys. Ray Taylor says, money wasn't an option then. It was pride to wear the famous red shirt. Yeah, like back in the olden days and that, like we were saying, Ray. Yeah, they played and they were passionate and they wanted to win things. And it wasn't about the money or whatever. It was because they wanted to. You know, and you had the respect, and they respected the fans and that. They played for the fans. They played for the shirt. They played for the club. You know, it's completely different, isn't it? And I think this is what upsets me a bit about the way the transfer market and that and the stuff and the way the money's going. Like, it's why the players are losing respect for their clubs and everything. And the players don't respect their fans. They don't respect their clubs anymore, do they? And you can't blame them, because why would they respect it? Because we're throwing money at them. You know, they're like playboys and stuff. And you're throwing more money than what they've got sense, guys. They don't know, do they? So, you know, like, you know, some of these lads that are so young before they even know, you know, what to do in life, they're earning an absolute fortune. Like, so what are they going to do? Like, you know, is that going to teach them respect? Is that going to teach them values in certain things? It's not, is it? Like, but on the other hand, you know what I mean? Like, it's because they're able to do what they do. So it is what it is, isn't it? But I don't like the amount of money that's in it, but it's the way it's going, and that's why the respect and that's being lost and that. But back in them days, they played because they wanted to, didn't they? So it's a big part of why I would have liked to have been a part of that back then as well. Ferno, I'd get the first ever Playboy magazine and sell it for thousands. So what, you'd go back and you'd get it and you'd hide it somewhere, or you'd bring it back with you. You know what I mean? Like, bury it somewhere, like in a box, like an airtight box, and then come back to the future and dig it up again or something. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? It would be worth a fortune, wouldn't it? I wonder how much a first Playboy magazine would be worth. That's a fact, isn't it, to know. Liverpool AFC says, yo, you alright, mate? I don't know whether you keep in and out, mate. I've said hello to you a few times, but the stream keeps jumping out. I don't know whether you said anything else, mate, but I hope you're alright anyway, mate. Sam says, if you could meet one famous person, not a Liverpool player, from the past, and one family member that passed away, and have a conversation with them. Oh, so like, if I could meet a famous person from the past. Famous person from the past. I don't know. there's too many, because, you know what I mean? Like, for me, like, do you go down the route of someone like Einstein or something like that, or do you go down the route of an idol or something? You know, like, it's difficult. It'd be interesting what you guys come up with, because that might trigger something with me, but I've got to try and keep up with what you guys are saying as well. Fizzy, you alright, Fizzy, mate? He says, yes, Dazza. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Ray Taylor says, money ruined footy, as we all know. Yeah, it has, Ray. It has big time, isn't it? Sam says, Daz, my papa missed being in the war as he was working in a butcher's, and he was learning his trade as a joiner. As I'm writing this, I'm tearing up. Really, Sam? Oh, wow. So what? He didn't have to go and fight because he was doing something, was that, Sam? Don't get upset though, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know some things are sad and everything, but think of all the good things, mate. You've got to think of good things. Paul says, does that another topic I'm a big fan of is astronomy and astrology? Really? See, I didn't know that, Paul. I don't know too much about it, mate, to be honest. You know, like me, like, I'm very much someone that, like, I have to see something with my own eyes to believe it and that, like, and I'm also like one of these conspiracy sort of people, you know, like, I don't believe like they land on the moon and stuff because of certain things. You know, I think a lot is faked by the governments, what you see, like NASA stuff and all that. So I don't know what I do and don't believe when it comes to certain things like that. So, yeah, like, I've never really looked into it because I believe that a lot that you're taught about all that sort of stuff, they don't have a clue about. So I never felt the need to learn it, if you know what I mean. But I know that obviously people get well into it and that. But it's good to know that you're into it and that, mate. What was it that got you into it? You see, I am fascinated by it because it's like the unknown for me. But I just didn't want to learn about stuff like that, if you know what I mean. Because, like I say, I don't believe a lot of what I was starting to get taught about things like it and that, like. United spent $500 million on their squad only to get outdone by an average Seville team at home in the knockout stage is embarrassing. Indeed, sir, indeed. I would love to meet John Wayne, loved his films. Yeah, John Wayne's a big one, isn't he? I think if you ask my dad that question, John Wayne would probably be one of his answers without a shadow of a doubt, because my dad loves John Wayne. I grew up like watching John Wayne films and that with my dad, because my dad loves all the John Wayne films and that. I'd like to meet, is that Bill Crosby and Elvis? I think you was meant to say there, or whatever, or Bing Crosby, is it? And Elvis, though, Elvis Presley. That's good. I see someone. Cobra's in the building as well. You're right, Cobra, mate. Refreshing to now repeat the scoreline into the Man United fans' faces. Yes, Cobra, exactly, mate, exactly. It's good, isn't it, guys? It is good to have a laugh at their expense. Finally. Sir Klopp, Elvis is alive. He's living in Thailand, lol. There's always rumours, isn't there, like, about Elvis, Tupac and all that. You see it all, don't you? Even Hitler, they reckon he's only just died or something. I was seeing it a while ago, or he's still alive or something. I don't know. They say about them all, don't they, really? Saying that I'd like to go back and see the moon landing, says Sam. They were faked, Sam. Honestly, there's so much evidence that the moon landings didn't happen. Sam, put it this way, right? Like, you know, like, I don't know either. Like, I don't know either way, really. But the only thing I'm going to say, and this is the argument that I had at school when I used to go to school and I used to teach about the moon lands and that, and I had this row with my science teacher and that was trying to tell me about, and they tried to kick me out of school for this. They were saying that was disrupting the class, and I said, tell me how they land on the moon back then, because if they did back then and our technology is advanced as much as what it has now, why have we not landed on the moon again? Like, why do we not keep going to the moon? Why are we not building on the moon? Why do you not see us on the moon now? Yet we're so much more advanced back then. Have you seen what we apparently land on the moon with? And all the radiation that's up there, like, we would have had to go through. And they reckon we went through it in a little bit of foil. The people would have been dead. Like, there's no way. There's no way we went to the moon. No way. Like, for me, you know. And I was like 15 having an argument with my science teacher, and he kicked me out of class and tried to kick me out of school saying I was being disruptive, because I turned around and went, give me an answer for why our technology is advanced. I said, tell me. I went, technology is advanced so much, hasn't it? And the science teacher was like, yes. I was like, so why are we not keep going back to the moon now then? And he was like, well, I can't answer that. And I was like, so why do you believe that we went to the moon? And he went, because we did. And he went, it's in the books. I went, who wrote the books? The people that faked it and said that we did it. So I mean, I said, you've just read a book. Like, you believe what you're told. Like, this is me, guys. You know, I told you I'm a conspiracy person, but the conspiracy say we didn't do it or whatever. But who says that's a conspiracy? For me, the conspiracy is that they did land on the moon or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't see logically how we can say that we landed on the moon ages ago, and then now, with all of our technology now, we're not up there, you know, doing things on the moon. Why have we not got someone that's live streaming from the moon, you know, like doing the moonwalk and stuff all the time, and like, you know, oh, day 675 on the moon, you know, is the bean that I grew today and stuff like, come on, guys. It's just silly to me, but everyone has their own opinions on it, and everyone can believe what they want, and it's the same all over. It's the same with everything, but for me personally, I just think it was fake, to be honest. Ferno says the moon landing was fake. 9/11 was an inside job. Don't believe me, just Google Building 7. Ferno, I'm totally on it all, mate. I know it all. Trust me. I am someone that knows all about Building 7. I know about everything. I know about the planes. I know about the rockets. I know about everything, mate. Trust me. Man, you lost 2-1. Yeah, mate. The score was 2-1. Old Ben Yedder, a little beauty. Sam says the Earth is flat. Ferno, never forget that. Who says the Earth isn't flat? You know what I mean? Pictures from apparently out in space. I don't think we can get right out there to get the pictures. Just saying. Just going to throw it out there. Kev Mitchell. All right, everyone. All right, Kev, mate. How are you, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Michael Garner, if you're into stuff like that, watch the channel Beyond Science. He always does loads of interesting videos. Beyond Science. Okay, I remember it, Michael. I remember it. I'll have a look at it. I do love all things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm well into everything. Like, I have to, for me, like I say, I have to see things with my own eyes to believe stuff, like ghosts and stuff. Like, I've experienced things myself, but I'll never say that I've seen a ghost. I've done that. I've experienced weird things. I've seen weird things. But, you know, like, it's one of them things that unless I see something or I know something, I won't believe it fully. You know what I mean? And if I look at things and I put things together and it doesn't add up to me, like I say, with the moon landing, if we did do that all them years ago and we are so advanced now, why are we not doing it now? You know, like, hello? Like, and that's without all the other evidence that points to the fact that we didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just things like that that I like, you know, but everyone's different, isn't it? What's the Dutch actor name? He was always in fighting films. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I believe... He's Belgium, isn't he? Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think. I believe. I got into astrology because I don't believe we are the only living beings in this universe. Yeah, I don't either, Paul. There are other people out there, mate. Well, other beings, obviously. It's got to be in there, isn't it? Apparently Bin Laden is still alive on Hawaii. Oh, in Hawaii. Yeah, could well be, could it? Living up his life, you know what I mean? Possible, isn't it? Who do you think had the first ever wank on Earth? I don't know, probably Eve, mate, to be honest, isn't it? Can you imagine? You know what I mean? Well, if Adam and Eve was apparently the first two, weren't they? But whether you believe all that, I don't know. I don't know what I believe with all stuff like that, but, you know. I bet Adam was probably called the first wanker, put it that way. Probably for not taking out his rubbish or something. We all know what it's like, don't we, guys? I'd like to go back to when Annabelle Chung broke the record for the most bonks long. Rotator, Laurel and Hardy, for me, true legends. Yeah, proper. They are legends. A college humour video explains how it isn't fake. What's not fake, Sam? Are you talking about the moon landing or whatever not being fake? Because it's fake as anything. It's fake as a chocolate kettle, put it that way. From football talk to go into moon talk. Oh, Thomas Billings, mate, it's my channel, mate. You know what I'm like. You know what my streams can be like. Yeah, they get laid back sometimes. We digress. We talk about Liverpool. We talk about football. We talk about moon landings. We talk about everything, don't we? You reckon going to Mars is real, says Ferno? No, I don't believe so, Ferno. You know, like, personally, I believe that we can probably send things to, like, places like that, but I don't believe that you can send a human being there because of the radiation belts up there. Like, but, you know, I don't know because I'm not a scientist or whatever. It's just, I see things like that they say about all this radiation out there, and I'm like, so you tell me how we would survive getting through it then? Because, you know, if like a nuclear bomb with loads of radiation went off, to survive it, you'd have to be like right down below like loads of lead and all this like really thick lead. But you don't see spaceships with like massive amounts of really thick lead, do you? Do you know what I mean? Like, going up into space, because it wouldn't happen, would it? Like, I don't know. Like, anyway. My dad's finally got to tune into your stream, Livid Man. Hello, NG Music. You're right, mate. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you've joined into me, mate. Yeah, hour and 20 minutes in, you know. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I'll do like another 10-15 minutes or something. We started talking about Liverpool and Man United obviously being kicked out of Champions League by Seville. Absolute touch. Laughing really hard at the beginning of this stream. And then we've ended up digressing and that, you know, like talking about conspiracy theories and everything, because it is me, it is my channel, like, and this is what we do, innit, lads? You know, like. So yeah, but welcome to the stream anyway, buddy. I'm glad you could join us tonight. Also remember 11 series, yeah. Who remember? Oh yeah, I get what you're saying there. Ray said the whole world is a mystery. It is indeed, Ray. It is indeed. No one knows, but you get people telling you that you're stupid because they know, because they say you're not educated, because they've read more books than you. But who wrote the books? People that think they know, but no one knows. They're just based on what people say it is. You know what I mean? But who makes it up? You know, I could literally, if I raised my son and didn't let him out of this house, yeah, to anyone else, and I wrote my own book saying, you know, I went to the moon and all that, and raised him to 20 years old and then let him out into the world, and someone spoke to him, he'd be like, yeah, my dad went to the moon 20 years ago. They'd be like, who's your dad? And he'd say, and they'd be like, no, he didn't. And he'd be like, yes, he did. Like, I've read this book on it. And they'd have a full-blown row about it, because he would know no different, because he's been taught that, you know, because that's how he got grew up and taught, because he read it in books. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's all I think is too many people have rows over stuff when all we do is row about stuff because we all think we know, because someone's read more books than someone else or whatever. You don't know. None of us know. I don't know. I just think, if I'm looking at things logically, I can't see why certain things could be possible, you know, but that's just me as a person. Everyone's different, isn't they, you know, but isn't it, you know what I mean? Maybe tomorrow I might start raising my boys, saying that, you know, Liverpool have won every single Premier League title, Liverpool won all the Champions Leagues, we've never lost a game to Man United, you know, that's the way I'm going to raise my son, starting now. Oh, did you know there are at least 7 people in the world that look exactly like us, says Sam. I don't know, mate, like, if there's 7 people that look like me, then I feel sorry for them, you know. I haven't seen my dad since I was 2, says Ferno. My dad is a mystery, still haven't seen him. Oh, really? Sorry to hear that, man. Like, how come? Was there a reason, or like, you don't have to obviously say on the stream, do you know what I mean? But you're obviously not too bothered about it, Ferno, because you're like putting lol on it and like saying it, you know. Apparently there is different galaxies exactly like this one, same as Earth, probably another Dazza as well, and another Sam. Yeah, they're probably doing like a live stream like this on the bench.cstv or something like that. Oh, I don't know. I would love to have gone back to Saturday morning and pulled out the fuse for Jamie Carragher driver so electric window so he couldn't wind out. Yes. Yeah, I like it, Tom, I like it. Yeah, I would have liked to have been sitting in the car next to him, you know what I mean? Just stop the bloke from catching up with him. I would have just slowed the bloke down or something, just to stop all this crap from going on, you know. The radiation wouldn't be like what you get from a nuclear bomb. It would be in small amounts. Apparently it's massive though, Paul, but like I say, I don't know. I'm only going off what scientists say and stuff, you know. Like, apparently like the radiation up there is like ridiculous, but like I say, you know, I know fuck all, Paul. Like, seriously, I don't read up on stuff like that. I know when I watch these videos and I watch videos saying this isn't possible, or why you can't do that, they say about it all. And then obviously, like, when I was at school, you've got a science teacher telling you you've got all this radiation up there and you've got all that, and then they tell you that like a few geezers in like really thin paper mache like rocket, you know what I mean, managed to go through all this radiation, jump around on the moon, you know, and brought back a little bit of dust. like after telling you 5 minutes earlier that there's all this radiation, and you know, a week earlier they tell you that radiation from a nuclear bomb would kill you and all this stuff. And there was me as like 14, 15 years old thinking to myself, are you taking a piss? I was like, really? I'm 15 years old and I don't believe this shit. And that was basically what I was like at school. And my teachers was like, you're never going to get anywhere in life. And I was like, actually, like, I'm the sort of person that thinks outside the box. You're the sort of people that go along with what the books say. I want to rewrite history. I don't want to go along with what you tell me it is. I will believe what I want to believe. And if something doesn't add up to me, it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, sometimes I think I was just a bit of a prick as well. I'm not going to lie. But some teachers would have just said I was just annoying. But in situations like that, you know, like, I just had rows with teachers because they would try and tell me they knew better, and I was like, you don't know no more than me. You've read out the same books as me, mate. And I don't believe them. I never knew my dad, the bastard, got fostered at night. Oh, really, Paul? Sorry to hear it, guys. Worst corruption with humans is religion and politics. Here. Religion is like, you know, one of the major causes of a lot of stuff in it, and you know, politics is just evil, isn't it, mate? It's horrible. There's two things, like, you know, like with like YouTube channels and that, like with me on here and everything. If there's things that I try to avoid, a couple of the things is probably religion and politics, to be honest. If someone brings up religion and that, I won't talk about it. Like, I can say about like this or whatever, but when people have said things in the past, I'm like, touchy subject, not talking about it. Because it's just no point in getting into it, because everyone has such strong beliefs about things. And for me, whatever, like, it's the same with football. It is related because we all have such strong beliefs in, you know, Liverpool and different things and that, and everyone falls out about it. And for me, why fall out about something just because you believe what you believe in, or you have your opinion on your thing? Why would I fall out with you over thinking what you think? It doesn't matter to me. I've got my views, you've got your views. Cool. So I mean, that's cool with me. Like, you know, it really doesn't matter to me, but people aren't the same, are they? Everyone has different views on that as well. So, but I try to avoid certain subjects, you know. You have to, I guess, don't you, to survive. Daz, do you believe in life after death? And am I the only one that thinks humans millions of years ago got wiped out by a nuclear war and had the human race had to restart all over again? Michael, I don't know what I believe in with death and things like that, mate, to be honest. I find it hard to believe that everything just stops. How can you go from thinking like everything that you think to nothing? But I try not to think about it too much, you know. I think about the present and I think about my future, like my goals, where I want to get to. So I haven't really put too much thought into it because I don't really like things like death and that. Sad, isn't it, you know? But I do believe, like, when you look at like things like the pyramids and that, I believe that our civilization and like the world and that was quite advanced back in the olden days, and then it got wiped out and basically started to at a certain degree again, and we've kind of got to where we are. However it happened, I don't know, but that's generally my beliefs. But you know, people believe different things, don't they? And that, but it could have been a nuclear war, it could be asteroids or whatever, it could be sea levels, whatever. But like I say, with the pyramids and that, it fascinates me how they built them. You know, it's beyond me whether it was aliens or whatever. Like, but I think, you know, like, I think that the world has a way of resetting itself every now and then. Like, but who knows? We don't know, do we? I don't think we will ever know in our lifetime either. Because even if it happened again, we wouldn't know about it, would we? Just face it. Science teachers are beakers. They don't know shit. Yeah. I know, mate. I used to hate the science teachers at my school. I never got on with them, you could probably tell. They always was like know-it-alls, but they didn't like me because they said I was a know-it-all. And I was like, well, maybe I'd make a good science teacher then, you know. Actually, I would like to relive Chernobyl, not die, but see how it happens. Says Fano. Wow, really? That's a big one. That is a big one. That's mad though, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's horrible, isn't it? What happened there? I think I'd avoid it, you know. I like the way you had to put, though, like, not die in that one as well, because I was like, really? You'd like to relive that? Like, I wouldn't. Hella says, 2024, Dad's first human on Mars, thought it wasn't possible. Apparently so, innit? Apparently so. We'll see, won't we? Let's see what happens, but, you know, I'm going to wait and see what they do with it all and that, but, you know, mate, even if we had footage of them saying they're on Mars and that, I wouldn't put it past that they're not in a really good fucking studio. You know, look at that is it Matt Damon in the film where he's on Mars and that? Look at how real that looks. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me that they can't fake that they're on Mars doing stuff. I don't know. I don't know whether I would even believe it anyway, but that's just me, guys. You know, like, they probably could be. They might have been on Mars for years if they are up there and doing stuff and that. I don't know, guys. It's one of them things, isn't it, that it's just me as a person. I'm very weird like that, you know. Excited for Black Ops 4, Daz? Yeah, I'm excited that it is Black Ops 4, if you know what I mean. Like, it's good news, isn't it? But I just didn't have a chance to sit down and play on a console or whatever for a while now. Just didn't have a second to take a little bit of chill, any downtime or whatever. But when Black Ops 4 comes out, hopefully I'll get a bit of time to play it, because that should be good, shouldn't it? They're making AI robots now. Yeah, ones that walk and everything, innit? Like, they was talking about, I saw a video the other day of the legs that are walking. I was like, you don't realise, but we take it for granted that walking's a big thing and all this. Just in case anyone forgot, you shouted her out. Woo! Says Class Act. Yeah, I don't think we're going to forget that for a long time, mate. We need to remember that one, don't we, so that we can use that one. And we're definitely not going to let them forget, are we, eh? Big amounts of banter coming up. Muffin Man, welcome to the stream, mate. How are you, mate? Glad you joined me tonight. Hello, bro. How's it going? I'm good, mate. I'm good. Welcome to the stream, buddy. 10 min solid. It's been going on. I'd love to use the hammer. Maybe someone's broken in. Just a thought. At least buy it dinner first, Paul. I'd smash it. Muffin Man, use a hammer. Oh, house alarm won't let me sleep. Oh, someone shut up. Oh, I get what you're on about. I was like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I'm Christian, says Ferno. That's the only reason we haven't advanced technology-wise is because of wars and greed of resources, money and religion. Yeah, I think we have advanced quite a lot, like, with technology. And I believe that there's a lot of technology that has advanced massively, like, that we don't even know. It's not even available to us, but is out there, you know, that will be made available to us in years to come, that they've been using for a long time already. But, you know, it all resets, doesn't it? It's like cycles all the time. I mean, look at fashion, for instance, guys. You know, you just have to look at, like, flat caps and that. Like, you know, like what I'm wearing and, like, the Peaky Blinders caps and that. Like, I've got a Peaky cap and stuff, you know, as well. Like, the fashions and everything, it always goes round and stuff. Like, everything resets and that, you know, like mobile phones. Everyone's like, soon it'll be like the smallest mobile phone out. Now the mobile phones are getting bigger again. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they was getting smaller and smaller, and now everyone wants the bigger screen on the mobile phone. They've evolved, but, you know, like, everything changes, doesn't it? But it evolves still, like, it still evolves. Gotta go, guys. Peace, says Ray Taylor. Take care, Ray, mate. Thank you for joining me, though. Speak to you soon, buddy. I'm gonna have to clock off anyway, guys. I've just noticed the time. My kid's in bed. I don't want to wake him up. I sent you the sellout tweet on Twitter, Daz. Okay, Ferno, I'll check it out after this one, mate. I am going to have to knock off, guys, because I didn't realise I've been going for so long either. I've had a nice chat with you, though, guys. We've had a good bit of banter tonight, haven't we? Because Man United obviously got kicked out by Seville. Just saying. What are you saying, guys? We've even digressed tonight, and we were talking about Champions League. We spoke about who we'd want to get. I personally would like Roma in the next round, but doesn't matter who we get, really, does it? It's going to be a tough game, and we've got to just put away whoever we get. Also, we spoke about moon, stars, everything, haven't we? Pyramids, history, you name it. We've had a nice little conversation about it tonight, guys. It's actually been quite refreshing to talk about a few things with you lot. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure as always, lads. Night, guys, says Ferno. Take care, Ferno. It's been good speaking to you. Oh, check that tweet, guys. Good night, Muffin Man, says Paul. Yeah, take care, lads. Take care. Thank you as always. Let me just make sure I've got this right quickly before I do that. yeah. That's it. Night, Daz. This is Michael Garner. Take care, Michael. Good night, my friend. Take care, you lovely lot. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully get to speak to you tomorrow. If everything's alright, if nothing goes wrong, you know how it is. You know, take it easy, lads. I've been on the bench TV. You've all been legends. Man United are out. See you later, boys.